Now get ready for Watching Weird, your ultimate destination for mind-bending movie reviews and recommendations. From hidden gems to cult classics, we explore it all. Hosted by storytellers and cinephiles Alan Gamboa, Scott Baker, Rich Restucci, and Hadley Thorne, with a special shout-out to Landa Saldana and Alan Lasseter for their incredible support that help us keep the lights on at Weird. Now grab your Coke, popcorn, and tinfoil hat, and let's get weird.
Hey, Scott. How's it going?
Hey, Rich. Hello, everybody who's not out there yet.
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. They might be. I'm not in the comments section.
we have 0 eyeballs. We have a 0 next to the eyeball. So hopefully I put the commercial out there properly. I guess we'll see.
No, I mean, we've all been promoting it the way we usually do.
Well, so when I set up the stream, I have to pick. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, do you see Facebook, Twitter? Oh, there's Landa. Good.
Landa.
I did it right. Good. Woo.
I don't see much of anything because I'm not part of the StreamYard anymore. I'm just a guest that's added. So, like, I can't do private chats. I can't comment on the comment section.
Oh, I see. I can comment on the comment section, but it comes up as, let's see what it comes up as.
Hey, Landa.
Me. Oop, I guess it takes a second. Oh, yeah, there it goes. It comes up as weird realities. Look at that. It just goes to all the things I set up. Oh, that's cool. So, it works.
Good.
Landa, how are you? I hope you're well. So we have 2 eyeballs now. That's good. Woo-hoo. So this week, Alan's going to be a little bit late. He said he'd be about 5 minutes late. So I can lead us in unless you want to do it.
You lead in. I'm tired. I'm not up to it.
All right. So it's really hot in my basement right now. I don't know why. Landa's sending links. That's good. This week we're doing alien flicks and a TV show. We picked Osiris and Ice Pirates from the 80s. Osiris is from 2025. It's new. We picked Ice Pirates from the 80s, and we watched the first. I watched the first 4 of the new Alien Earth TV series. I don't know if you guys got through number 4 or not. I'm
not yet.
Only 3. Yeah, so I will. We'll only do the first 3 because I don't know where Alan stands on that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a decent flick. I mean, a decent week for movies. I'm a big fan of this Alien Earth thing. I think it's going well. It's getting good reviews. Mostly, there are some people that don't like it, but they're dumb because this is pretty good. Hey, there he is. It's a pretty good series. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Alan.
Got nothing here. Can't hear you.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
I can hear you now.
Sorry, I had a work call come up real quick.
Okay. Did you have to go slay a bear?
So, sorry,
Did you have to
guys.
go kill a bear? Is that what was going on? I saw your bear.
No, I had to work. Just had to talk about terms of a job. So it's
Bear-
all good.
Digging yourself out after that sandstorm?
Huh?
Digging yourself out after that sandstorm the other day?
Yes.
Hey, Alan.
Alan Lasseter. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Alan. Oh man,
Yeah,
how are you
sorry.
guys doing?
Good.
Have you started on anything yet?
No, we were. I just kind of brought us in, and we were gonna. Hey, is that a Mountain Dew that you had right there? Can I have some of that? I could really use that right now. It's hot down here. No, I was just bringing us in, talking about. I thought it was a decent week, and I personally liked the Alien Earth show, and Landa just said that she liked it as well. Alan Lasseter just showed up. Alan. So yeah, I figured we could just kind of stretch time till you got here. But look at you came in at like 9:03. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I just got the call like 15 minutes ago, and it's like, oh, okay.
That's no problem,
I
man.
needed
It is
I
what it
needed to
is.
take it, so I'm sorry.
Work
I
that.
apologize, folks. I
Oh, wait a
apologize.
minute. It's what, 7 o'clock your time?
6, right?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
6 or 7?
6:05.
What's that? 6:05? Yeah.
Well, then I guess it's still within working hours.
It's 9:05
Yeah, right.
up there. Plus, you're
I
significant.
just watched this movie. I just watched the Osiris movie. Just got done with it about 20 minutes ago.
Huh.
So,
That's good. Well, do you guys
who's
want
doing
to
what
jump
tonight?
into
Oh, I'm sorry.
it? We can jump into it right now. Actually, we can. Scott, you want to go first with Ice Pirates? That's the oldest one.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't remember who picked Ice Pirates.
I did. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat threw Ice Pirates out there. Might have been Frank, and I think it was Frank.
Ice Pirates is 1984 movie. It's kind of hard to describe the plot because the plot's it's not really well linked together. You know, I'm quoting from IMDb. In a distant future, scarce of water, space pirates get caught after stealing ice from a spaceship. They are sold to a princess looking for her dad. He might have found a planet abundant with water. I've never seen this, believe it or not. What's funny about it is I was doing some research on it. The writer and the director is Stuart Raphael, or Raffel. I don't know how you pronounce it. When you watch this movie, you think, oh my God, how bad is this guy? So then I'm looking up his credentials. And he's done 57 film and TV series and has won 11 industry awards. He's worked with the Academy Award and Emmy Award-winning talent. His films have been distributed by all the major companies: Orion, Netflix, MGM, UA. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they list some of his movies here. But, I mean, he has some great credentials. And then I'm like thinking to myself, well, I just watched this movie and this must have been, was either a labor of love or he did it on a drunken spree. The movie has...
Scott, can I interject real quick on that part?
Yeah.
This movie was originally supposed to be a serious movie, a dramatic movie.
Oh.
And they had a budget of like $20 million, $20 to $29 million originally.
Yeah.
And it got slashed to $9 million. So then they slashed the script and made it a comedy.
Oh,
so that may have something to do with it.
Okay. Well, now I'm not saying the movie's bad. I mean, yeah, it's never going to win an Academy Award, but it's actually a fun movie, and it's got an all-star cast. At least back then, it was an all-star cast. Robert Urich. I'm trying to remember what else he played. He wasn't there
Spencer for Hire.
Yeah, he was Dan Tanner too.
Yes. Yeah.
Dan Tanner.
Yeah.
He was Jim Street on SWAT.
Yeah. So I mean, back in the '80s, he was like huge. But, you know, you've got in there Ron Perlman, who I did not recognize at first. I'm not sure how big Mary Crosby was back then. Angelica Houston. John Carradine has a brief role in it. But it's a good, I shouldn't say it's a good movie. It is a horribly fun movie. When I watch this, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, that scene is so stupid. Man, what a flashback to the 1980s. Like, there's a scene near the end where they're having a space battle as they're trying to go through a black hole. And like, over the course of 10 minutes, they age 50 years. And it's just, you know, I'm looking at it thinking, oh my God, this is like insane. Man, I miss these type of movies. So... But it's a good movie. It's got a happy ending to it. It's a space comedy, not as good as Spaceballs. I'm glad you guys picked this one because I never would have watched this on my own.
I'm surprised you didn't watch it. You haven't seen it.
No,
I really am.
Yeah, this movie spoke to me as being right up your alley, actually.
So I'm done. Whoever's next.
Okay, go ahead, Alan. Whip it up.
What'd you say, Scott?
I'm done. Whoever wants to go next.
Would you like to go, sir?
No, go ahead. Enjoy yourself.
I love this movie. It is an 80s movie, definitely. I mean, it's just got the 80s style, writing, comedy. I mean, it looks like they took the sets of Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica, and Logan's Run, which they used the Dome City part for when they're approaching that city. That's the Dome City from Logan's Run. And then the costumes. But, back in the 80s, you couldn't beat Robert Urich as leading man on TV. He was the guy. And sadly, he passed young from cancer. But I was always a big fan of Robert Urich. I thought he was great. And Angelica Houston, I didn't know who she was at the time. And I thought, wow, she's pretty cool. And, she's Morticia Addams now. Yeah. Forever Morticia Addams. And Ron Perlman, I didn't know who he was and at all. And then I think the next time I saw him was Hellboy, I think. I mean, I'm sure I saw him before, but just didn't, and then you have the twos, big old Raiders. And I think was only in a few movies, right? Or he, but he did quite a lot in the 80s. Yeah,
he played Sloth in Goonies.
That's right. Yeah, so he did a lot in the 80s. He was around, and then Michael D. Roberts, who plays we lost Scott there, who plays Robert Urich's sidekick. He was Rooster on Beretta. He was his pimp informer. Yeah. So I mean, this movie's a lot of fun. It's dated. I love the scene where they're going to be made eunuchs. I mean, that scene's just, it's classic. It's cheese, but it's classic. I was talking about the eunuch scene, where and then they talk like this, this movie's fun. It is dated. It is dated.
Yeah.
But back then when it came out, it was great. I enjoy this movie. I'll probably never see it again after this, but it's worth. I think everybody should watch it. You gotta look through it with an 80s viewpoint. You can't look at it nowadays, but it is a lot of fun. Definitely, it should have been a bigger movie. At the time, not that it was a great movie or anything, but it was a fun movie to watch.
I don't know though. If they put more money into it, it may not have been as good.
Yeah, and I don't see how they could have made it a serious movie.
Well, with a $20 million budget as opposed to a $9 million budget, that might have made a huge difference. $20 million was a lot of money back in the middle of the 1980s. Now it's like one actor's salary.
Yeah.
So had they had that budget, I don't know. It would have been a completely different movie. It wouldn't have been a comedy. I mean, you wouldn't have had space herpes. So there you go. So are you finished?
Well, one thing I left out, Catherine Crosby, Bing Crosby's daughter. She was big in the 80s too. In fact, she shot JR. She's the one that shot JR.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she shot JR. So there's a lot of weird trivia wrapped up in this movie too, with all the actors that are in it. Just a lot of for us nerds, I guess.
Right.
Hey Frank, we're doing your pick right now.
Yeah, we're doing Ice Pirates.
So Rich, I'm sorry if you want to go on.
No, it's all good. So I loved this movie as a kid. It came out in '84. I graduated high school in '86, so I was a sophomore in high school when this came out. Maybe junior, I don't know how they slung it. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. It was just so dumb, and it was right in that 80s vibe with the 80s music and the hair, and it's just the way they did it and the way, they had to push 10 buttons on the screen to get anything to be done, and it was just, computers were not even a thing, so it was just odd back then, and I liked it. I thought it was great. There's some really funny parts. John Matuszek he's great in it. They have these robots that are, I don't know how to explain them. They're the warriors, I guess, but they also had one on a planet that was a pimp. which I thought was really cool. Yeah, baby, mama, baby. It was it was good back then. To me, this one didn't hold up. It wasn't nearly as good as it was back in the '80s, and I was just looking for some of that nostalgia, and it just missed a lot of it. A lot of it was just, I mean, it was silly funny back then, but now it's kind of silly dumb. And I know that's me. I was just looking for more of what I wanted back then and what I had back then. And like you said, on it's not a movie I'm ever going to watch again, or it's extremely unlikely. And there were some good parts. There was again, I'll bring it up. The space harpy. It's just this little critter that just runs around. The ship has herpes. They say. It
Yeah.
was, it was okay. I'm glad I watched it again, but I won't. I'm not going to revisit this one. I don't think. I think this was another one I watched with my dad as a kid, and I just never. I remember my dad's belly laugh would get space herpes, and that brings back memories. So that's a good thing. But the movie itself, I mean, the special effects were utterly atrocious. It was just so terrible. And I think that was part of the allure in the 80s, with crappy space special effects. I mean, you already had movies out like Star Wars, which had effects that nobody had ever seen before. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it only went up from there. So to have a $9 million budget and just make a shitty special effects movie, I think they kind of did it on purpose. So, again, I wish I had liked it more this time, but it was okay. Exactly, Frank. That's exactly what it is. Space pirates with lasers and swords, and eunuchs and space herpes, and no water. I like the two assassins on that one pirate planet that they went to. The guy with the sword. No, can use to just and she just chops his head right off. It was pretty cool, but overall, I was a little disappointed. I'm pretty sad that it went that way because this was another one of those movies that I truly enjoyed when I was a kid, and I just kind of petered out for me this time. It took me a while to watch it too. It took me like 3 settings because I just kept getting bored. Sorry. Hey Tony. So what are we gonna
Hey,
rate
Tony.
this one?
Well, I think. Can I say something real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
I think I'll say it anyway. I'm sorry, I don't mean to walk over you guys. It would have been good as a TV movie. It's like when they took Buck Rogers and it was a TV show, and they remember when they released it on the big
Yep.
screen, and it looked like a TV movie on the big screen. That's what this one looked like. So if it would have been a TV movie, I think it would have fared a little better in its appearance. Because you can get away with low budget schlock.
Yeah.
Instead on the big screen, you want to see Star Wars, especially by then. You want to see Star Wars level special effects. Hi, Tim Brooks. Hey, Tony, Frank again. So, I mean, looking back at it, I loved this movie. Seeing it nowadays, like you said, I kind of wish I hadn't seen it. Now, Scott, this is the first time he saw it, so he has no preconceptions of,
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not that nostalgia in your head where, it's better than you thought it was. But I think everybody should see it just to get this chunk of 80s sci-fi comedy, in your brain worm. But I just wish I wish it would have held up a little better.
Yeah, me too. That
And
nostalgia fact. I thought if anything that would boost it up for me, but it just kind of fell apart.
the
And it
poster's
wasn't.
cool.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good. So anyway, what
Yeah.
are we going to give this one?
Scott?
Normally, I would give this a 2.5. But because it just brought back the nostalgia of those crappy 80 movies, made me feel good. I'm giving it a 3.
Good. That's good.
Hitch?
I am going to give it a 2.5. I really want to give it a 3. I want to give it more just because of, like you guys said, the nostalgia. But it just fell flat for me. So I will give it a 2.5. What do you say, Big Dog?
Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a 3 for Robert Urich. He was one of my favorite '80s, early '90s uh, actors. You know, um, yeah, but yeah, this is held together with Scotch tape in our
Alien
minds.
tape.
Yeah.
Alien tape. Yeah.
Roger
What do
that.
you guys think? What do you guys think? I saw Tim said I think it was Tim said he liked the movie, loved the movie. Anybody out there have any thoughts you want to throw up on the chat? Um, and I hear Wednesday Night Football is canceled this year, so you guys got to stay here with us.
Uh,
Uh, you want to move ahead with Osiris there, Rich?
Yeah, sure. So I was fortunate enough to get Osiris. 2025's Osiris stars Max Martini from Pacific Rim, Brianna Hildebrand from Deadpool, LaMonica Garrett from pretty much anything with action in it for the past 5 years, or 10 years even, and Linda Hamilton from The Terminator. This film is a direct ripoff of the film Predator, except these aliens aren't nearly as cool. Our bipedal tough guy critters from another planet have come to Earth to steal its populace for food, and they start by beaming up an alpha team that is in a firefight someplace in the sandbox. Our guys get loose on the alien ship. They find a Russian chick, then her mom, and the hijinks ensue. That's really all the plot I want to give, as this is a newer flick, like very new, and I don't want to give it too many spoilers. I will say that most of the film is a run and gun battle between the A team and the eyeless aliens, with the good guys
Oh,
getting
yeah.
picked off one at a time until there are only a couple left with the Russian chick. This film is a conglomeration of other films, such as the aforementioned Predator, Aliens, Star Wars, The Terminator, Independence Day, Debbie Does Dallas, and The Muppets Take Manhattan. The story's all right, but you've seen it before. So if you're looking for something new, this ain't it. An action flick, this one is actually much more decent than I thought it was going to be. It must have had a good budget. I actually figured out the budget after I wrote this, because the special effects and cast were quite good.
Yeah.
The acting was on point, and the cinematography of the inside of the alien ship was well done. Osiris isn't all that gory, although there are some Predator-esque headless hanging human bodies.
Oh yeah.
The alien bad guys were all right looking. They were 7 feet tall. They had sharp needle teeth, no eyes, which was weird, and they're super strong. They had energy weapons and shields, and when the film started, bullets didn't seem to do much. But as it progressed, the director must have forgotten this, because the bad guys started dropping like flies. Excuse me, in front of the Earth warfighters' pop guns. The aliens also used cleaver machetes, excuse me, as both weapons and filleting tools. And the king bad guy was difficult to kill, and the reveal at the end wasn't too hard to see coming, and it was pretty cool. Osiris was filmed on location in New Orleans, and it had a budget of $6.7 million, which is hard to believe because there were some great effects, and the cast looked like it could be expensive. There was absolutely zero information on box office proceeds, with every website I went to telling me that the movie hadn't been released to the public, but it was released in May of 2025, which was, excuse me, a couple of months ago. 3 months ago? What are we? We're almost in September now, right?
Yeah.
This movie has a Rotten Tomatoes aggregate review of 43%, but I think it deserves more. They tried for a hefty sci-fi flick and spent some good money on it, although certain parts of the film, like the bullet thing I mentioned above, and superior alien race being on par with stormtroopers insofar as accuracy, that needed a revisit. This said, I didn't hate this flick. I would have done a few things differently, but overall, I'm glad I watched it. I probably won't watch it again. What say you, fellas? Did you like this one or no?
Well, okay, this is the second time today I've said this on live chat. Max Martini, the guy with the coolest name ever, and that's his real name.
Yeah.
And Max Martini's been in so many 13 Hours of Benghazi, Private Ryan, Sam Private Ryan, he was one of the group that was with Ryan at the end. In fact, I think he might even survive that. I'm not sure, but he's been in so many. I think he might have even been in the unit, but he's been in so many. You know, you just look at this guy and he looks like a cop or a commando or a soldier. You know, talks like that, but that's his real name is Martini. That's his last name. Linda Hamilton, she shows up. It's always great to see her. She's been in a lot of B stuff lately, but it's great to see her.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what being married to James Cameron does to you eventually. I don't know. But I was going to say about Max Martini, he directed our favorite zombie wrestling movie, the Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre. He directed that. And so you have two guys that were in it. You have Linz Edwards, who played Nash, the guy that was always complaining and stuff.
Yeah.
And then David Meadows, who played the commander with the baseball cap. You know, the one that gets killed like as soon as they get to the ship, just about.
Yeah.
He's a real Navy SEAL too, or he wasn't. He's a real Navy SEAL. That guy. So there's some connections there with the Midnight Zombie Massacre and this movie. LaMonica Garrett's good to see. He was in what 1880, 1829 or whatever that Western. What's his name's Western series?
Yeah,
with Sam Elliott's.
He's done a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then you had Michael Irby, second guy that got killed on the ship. He was in the unit. He's in a lot of military type stuff. So it's kind of cool that they get guys like that to play who they are. The alien suits I thought were neat. They look like Cenobite, kind of like Cenobites.
A little bit.
You know, they resemble Cenobites. I thought they did a good job with it. The thing that drove me crazy, like the bullet thing with you, was why didn't they pick up all the dead aliens' guns?
Yeah.
You know, they killed tons of. Tina's like, well, they pick up their gun, you know, and that would have changed everything. You know, I did like, and there's kind of like some Halo stuff in it, like the shields they had.
Yeah.
You know, but it was neat. It was a little dark. Filmed it. The cinematography was a little dark in it. The acting was good. I didn't realize that gal was the one in Deadpool. That Deadpool's always going.
She did not look like her at all, but it is her.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. This was a good time waster. I didn't think it was going to be that good. Somebody had told me it wasn't good, and then Hadley had watched it. She said it was good, and then Scott, because you hadn't told me anything, but Scott said he really liked it.
Yeah.
So I thought it gave me hope. So, and like you said, it's like one long running gun battle through most of it. You know, it's just. And why did they top off their magazines? I don't get that. They explain why they have them with their weapons, but they don't explain why they topped off their magazines. You know, why would you do that? You know, you could have just them with their guns as a trophy without looking in the magazines. And the twist, I like the twist. Actually, there's kind of two twists in it.
Yeah.
But I like the first twist when you find out, okay, this has been going on, and then at the end where they're at.
Yeah.
You know, and it was entertaining. It was entertaining. It was a superior B movie, I think. The acting in it fit the movie, so I liked it. Scott?
Yeah, me too.
Where did you get Debbie Does Dallas and the Muppets Take Manhattan in this movie? What scene did I miss?
Oh, wait, you didn't get the good version?
Oh. No, I agree with Alan. This is a good B grade sci-fi movie. Sci-fi alien movie. I wasn't expecting much because usually these movies fall flat in their face. But
yeah,
the plot twists in it kept me intrigued because I was thinking to myself, I think I know what's going to happen. And then it kept on turning out wrong. The other thing you said about why did they fill the weapons? Why did they have so much extra ammunition?
Yeah.
They fought with those guns for like an hour. Would have think they'd run out by now.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't recognize any of the actors or actresses except Linda Hamilton. They're very good. They're very good. I think they did a really good job of portraying what a military unit would be like in that situation. And Linda Hamilton plays the, like how she typically plays, like in Resident Alien. She's the one that's been deep into this for years, and she knows what's going on. But it was fun. Like you said, the costumes were good. The set designs were very good. A little bit of, let's torture them. But, and for some reason, the scenes hit me when they put up the shields in charge, and yet the special forces guys were able to like shoot between them or shoot low and take them out. That to me gave it a realism. But yeah, this was better than I expected. So I think this is one, like I think you said it, Alan. I wouldn't call it a good time waster, but this is a good movie to watch on a Friday night or a Saturday night if you just want to kick back and watch something that's fun, but you don't have to put a lot of thought into it.
Well, some of it's kind of predictable. Like when the guy's leaning against the wall, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what's going to happen. It's like, and it happens and you're like, yeah, okay. Yeah. But I did not see the very end of the movie coming. I did not see that part until he started to climb up the ladder. Then I was like, oh, maybe they're somewhere, and I did not see that.
That, and then when you don't find, Linda Hamilton explains what's going on. I did not see coming.
I didn't either. I thought that was neat. I thought that was a good twist.
The other thing I really liked about it too was they linked it to Voyager.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because I was in high school way before you two were. I was there when Voyager first passed Jupiter. And I remember the original Star Trek movie that sucked, with V'ger.
Yeah.
So
V'ger.
I really,
the log. The one with the space log.
Yeah. That was a little bit of a nostalgia twist for me.
Yeah. Because I kept watching it, kept reading it, when it was saying that's like, okay, what's going on? And then, how they explain it was pretty cool. But it's a good watch. I mean, it's for what it is. It's a very good watch.
I both Max Martini and LaMonica Garrett in Lioness. Aren't they both in that second season?
Yes, he shows up. He's with what's his name? Who's the guy that writes all those, makes all those?
Oh, Yellowstone. Oh my God, stop it.
What's that guy's name?
Costner?
Moneybags McGee. What's his name?
Oh, he's in all. He's in them all too. Tulsa.
Come on, folks. You know who does Yellowstone and
Alexa,
Landman,
Yellowstone?
King of Oklahoma. What? Come on, throw that name on, you guys. Throw us a name. Who makes all those?
Tyler Sheridan.
Tyler Sheridan.
Jesus.
Yes.
Oh my God! I can't believe that none of the three of us could remember that.
Taylor Sheridan. Damn it.
Hey, I don't even watch those shows. So.
Oh. Yeah, he's with Taylor Sheridan's commando team, right? When they come in the second season, right?
Yeah, LaMonica Garrett's in both seasons, but he's in.
Right.
I think Max Martini's in the second season.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he picked LaMonica Garrett for. That's why they got chosen. I don't know.
Well, he was in the 18. Yeah, that's true. Because he's a producer on this. Max Martini's
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I think he's looking forward to as he's getting older to get out of so much the acting and doing directing and producing. Oh, Lando, yell louder.
I heard you.
Yeah, it was Shane Black. He wishes he could write like Shane Black.
Yeah.
Sheridan wishes he could write like Shane Black. Nobody can write like Shane Black. If you don't know, I love Shane Black.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. Actually,
I love his writing.
I like Taylor Sheridan too. So, but Shane Black is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. But so what are we going to give this one then? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Shane Black's actually in the Predator movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. The,
Yeah,
the ball catching guy there. Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
So this one,
So,
I'll give this one. I'll give this one a 3.25, a 3.25. I won't watch it again. At least I don't think so. But it didn't suck. It was worth seeing, and I would recommend everybody take a look at this one. What about you
what
guys?
about you, Scott?
3.75.
I'm going to go with Rich. I'm going to go 3.5. I wish there was more character development because there's really, I think the only one you really developed was Max Martini. You know a little bit about the rest of you really don't know about, you know. Um, so I just wish there was more character development. Yeah, Hawkins. That's
Hawkins.
right. Thank you, Frank. But yeah. So you guys should watch this one. Definitely watch Osiris. It's what it is. It's a B movie. A lot of gunfire, good alien suits,
Yeah.
a couple of twists in it. It's worth your time.
Mhm.
It is.
So,
You're not going to get anything new, but it's definitely worth it.
so who wants to roll Aliens Earth?
Well, that depends. I have seen 4 of them.
I've
I don't
seen
know.
3.
You guys have seen 3, so let's do the first 3.
Okay.
We'll do the first 3 today. Why don't you roll into it? You do the first one, and then we can do what we do.
Okay. This takes place between or after Alien Covenant, I believe, right?
So yeah,
This takes place between and then what is it 50 years or something like that before Alien? It's sandwiched in
So
between that.
it's sandwiched in between, and I think Ripley's already out. She's out in but they just haven't found her yet. So it's
Okay.
Oh, because Ripley left an Alien. This one's before
Yes.
Alien.
Yeah, correct. But I think she's already out there. She's already out on the Nostromo, not the Nostromo.
Okay.
Whatever her.
Yeah, Nostromo.
ship.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Oh,
Yeah,
I see what
Nostromo.
you said. I thought you meant she was
Yeah.
out in the little rescue craft.
No, I don't think they found the alien. Well, maybe. I'm not really sure of the timeline, but anyway, keep going, Alan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're all right. You're good. Any help? Any help? So it's between those 2 movies, and it starts out the crew of the Maginot. They've been out collecting species of alien life all throughout the galaxy, and it looks just like the '79 Alien movie. You know, that's sets the same. The crew uniforms are the same. They come out of their sleep. They sit down and they're eating just like they did in Alien. I mean, you just get that vibe, which is great. It gets you in the mood. This is Alien. They even have the synthetic aboard, and then things go crazy. And because you can't capture an alien. I mean, when will they? When they? Well, these are the first guys, I guess. When will you learn, though, right? That you can't contain an alien, and the alien gets loose, and the synthetic wants to get the species to Earth, and he's pretty cold, but he's a synthetic, and we've learned synthetics do not care about us really. They go on their own program. So the
Except,
Maginot,
except
with all
Bishop.
these aliens aboard, huh? Except
Except-
Bishop, yes, except Bishop. So the Maginot has its problems inside with the aliens. It crashes into Earth, into New Siam City, which is ran by Boy Cavalier, who's a trillionaire. Think Elon Musk on steroids and 40 years younger. So they want this. They want what's aboard the Maginot. They don't know yet what's aboard. I just like saying that name, Maginot. That's kind of a cool name for a ship. A rescue team goes aboard to rescue people, and they are met with resistance. And there's some pretty cool aliens on this thing. I like that they just didn't go with
Yes.
that alien. You know, they've got these different life forms running around. And there's a well, she's not a synthetic. What do they call them? I forgot what they call them on here, but
Which one are we
Wendy.
talking about? Oh, Wendy.
She's
Yeah. So
Wendy.
All the kids that were
Right. She's a conscious. Her
body
conscious.
with a human consciousness.
Yes. Yes. And so Wendy and her brother Joe Hermit, who's a medic on this rescue mission, have been separated for years. He thinks she's dead, but actually they took, like Rich said, put her in this body and told her brother he was dead. Father knew she was alive, but I think the father's dead. And so she's extra strong, extra fast, extra smart, but she's like, what, 12 years old in her mind. And I really like that aspect. And there's a whole bunch of these kids. They're the lost boys because Boyd Cavalier and his group of scientists love Peter Pan, or he does. I think he does. He loves the concept of Peter Pan. So he has these people these kids that are lost boys. They're in adult bodies, and they've got, I think they're like 10, 11-year-olds, something like that mentality. And I thought that was really cool. So the ship that crashed, though, belongs to Weyland Yutani. Yes, the bad guys. Weyland Yutani wants their ship and wants aboard it back. And the synthetic is still alive on the ship, and his mission is to get these life forms back to Weyland Yutani at whatever cost. And this is the basis of the first episode. And you have Timothy Oliphant, and he appears and he's a synthetic, right? He's a synthetic. He's a little upgraded synthetic, I believe. So think of Raylan as a synthetic from Justified. Think of Raylan, and you've got his character right here. And he's great. He's great in this. All the acting in this is pretty good. I like the way the Lost Boys are portrayed. Because you really start caring about these. They're silly, they're goofy, they're on this life and death mission, and they're shoving each other, playing around. They're scared, they get scared, just like kids. If you put kids in that situation, this is the first episode I watched. I don't want to say I was blown away, but I really enjoyed it. It was better than I expected. You saw the previews, and then all this woke crap they talk about and all that. So I didn't know what to expect. I thought it'd be a mishmash of something, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And this was, I believe, it was directed by it's written by and produced by Noah Hawley, who's the guy that does the Fargo TV series. So if you're a fan of the Fargo TV series, this is in your wheelhouse. What do you guys think so far? Go for it. What do you got to add?
The first episode gets its hooks in. It really does. It sinks in deep. They start off by saying, that there's 3 ways to achieve immortality. One is by being a cyborg, and that's what the guy on the ship that crashes, the black guy. I don't know. I can't remember his name. He's a cyborg. The other way is to actually be a synth, but then you're not a human being, but you can technically live forever. And the third way is
thank you.
You're welcome. And the third way is to have a synth body with a human consciousness, but that's new. They've never actually done that before. And Wendy is the first one they've done it with. She's the lead character. So the second episode really takes off. First episode is the crash, and you see what a couple of these creatures are, but not all of them. And the alien's loose, and it's killed a few people. The second one is the team comes in. Now they're on the ship, and you can see what's going on. The alien starts just killing everybody, just freaking everybody. It gets loose. It gets into an apartment complex, and there's these rich, snooty assholes that are having this party. And, these people are trying to get away, and it's like, oh, we're all going to die. And the guy's like, we're not going to know. The alien gets in there, and he just eviscerates the entire party. And this is where you see all the gore. The gore starts here because there was no shortage of it at all. It was very gory. Excuse me, with that alien tearing things up. But this was the episode that really introduced, it's called T. Ocellus or Oculus. And it's this sort of squid-like creature with an eyeball on the top of it. and excuse me, and it's absolutely insidious. This creature. What it does is it starts off in a cat. You see it in a cat, but there's only half of a cat, and the cat's like meow and looks up, and then this thing bursts out of its eye, and it comes like coming across it. But they're like, what is this thing? And it jumps at this one girl, and she's fighting it off, and you really get a better picture of what that thing does in the fourth episode. So there's some of that coming. So I don't want to wreck it for you. But this thing, first of all, it's highly intelligent. Second of all, it can take over your body. And it's when it does take over a body, it doesn't do it nicely. It's vicious. So you also see these sort of tick worms. They're these worms that these two guys are tied up, and this worm, it's like that long. It's a big white sort of centipede looking thing. Gets him in the neck, and it just drinks like all of his blood really fast, and the guy just passes out and dies. And the thing blows up to this tick size. It actually happened to two people. It was really cool. I guess I'm giving stuff away, but really, if you haven't watched this by now, shame on you because it's so good. We start getting backstory on some of the characters in the second one. We start learning about Boy Cavalier a little. We start learning about the kids who have some kind of terminal illness, and they've all come to what was it? Siam City? Is that the name of the place?
New Siam, yeah.
New Siam, yeah. To get to actually get their consciousness put into. They don't know that this is going to happen. To get their consciousness put into a sim. The parents aren't sure if they're dead or alive. And what we learn is that once that happens, they are now the property of. It's called, the Prodigy is the name of the entire state that they, or island, country, whatever it is, the territory. So it was really well done. You get to know this. I can't remember his name, but there's an older gentleman who is he sort of runs things. He's like a butler almost. And you figure out, you see who he really is, and he's not a nice guy either. And Timothy Oliphant's character, cold as hell, just super cold, knows how to manipulate the kids, doesn't really care about human beings. And Landa says right here on screen, you believe they're kids. And when she says that, what she's talking about is the kids that are put into these bodies, because like you said, Alan, they're pushing each other around, they're joking and fighting. You can see they get really terrified. But the thing about the synth bodies is that they're very strong and they're very fast. So in the fourth episode, not all the kids are that nice anymore. You're going to see one is kind of, this person shows their child, their inner child, I guess. And it's done incredibly well. You're like, oh shit. So that's coming. I recommend watching that shit tonight. You should watch it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. And so the end of the second episode is I can't remember if it was the second episode or the third episode, but the first alien gets killed by Wendy, and you see how tough and strong Wendy is. And then her brother also, he gets badly injured.
I think that's the third.
Is that
That's the
anyway?
third.
All right, we'll get into the third one, Scott, and you go for it. Go for the third one.
First, let me just, like what Landa said, that is the thing that has impressed me most. Those adult actors act like 11, 12, 13-year-olds. I mean, the acting in that is brilliant. And you talked about the older guy that was the Boy Cavalier's like butler servant.
Yeah.
Did something ring a bell with him to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
he is wearing the same shirt, tie, and collar jacket that Paul Reiser wore in Aliens.
See, no, I had a whole different thing. Do you remember the 80s series? It was on MTV, The Young Ones.
Yeah.
No.
They were punk rocker guys. He was one of the main guys in that series.
Oh, he was?
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
Well, the third episode is the cyborg is going around. He's trying to, gather up everything. The brother now it realizes because what's her name? Wendy? Yeah, Wendy. She goes to her brother and explains who she is. And at first he doesn't believe her. But as she tells him more and more information, they are the first two main characters to have to deal with the xenomorph. And I thought the scene where they have to fight with the xenomorph was really good. Well thought out, well written. You're thinking to yourselves, holy crap, how are they going to survive this? I'm enjoying this series. Now, I'm enjoying it. I like it. I think it's great. Let's see how the rest of it goes. But how did they get a xenomorph if the xenomorphs and the eggs weren't created until Covenant, and Covenant went further into the universe to go to the galaxy? How did they find these? I'm sorry. Prometheus and Covenant, in my opinion, screwed up the franchise royally.
Well,
Harry?
Well,
Yeah.
Scott?
Yeah.
They're alien movies, but they're not really alien movies. You notice you don't really get a full-blown alien in those. You kind of do, but not really. Because they didn't have the rights to use the full-blown alien. That's why they had all the weird crap. So they may push that off as that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It never happened.
I will even take the fact that, okay, Prometheus, they go at the end, they go to the planet, and Covenant is where he produces the aliens. So how come when Nostromo's lands, there's no of those octopus things, there's no bleeding black cylinders, it's nothing but hundreds of eggs with xenomorphs? Sorry, you know me, I'm a writer. If I wrote books like that, nobody would read them. Anyways, getting back, this is a good show. It, like you said, the scene where the xenomorph breaks into the party it blends, I don't want to say satire, but these people are just, a spaceship crashes into your building and they're having this ridiculous party and don't want to leave. You've got the military guys going in there. Their job, they have no clue what's going on. Their job is to save people, and they wind up in the middle of this. The cyborg is turning against them because he needs to get that stuff back to Weyland-Yutani. And the boy Cavalier sends his people in because it hit his building. He wants to send them in to steal what Weyland-Yutani has and make a profit out of it for himself. Right now, you've got like everybody in the ship, except for the cyborg, doesn't yet realize what's going on the outside. All they know is they're in a alien shitstorm, and it's going to get worse. So I'm enjoying it. I think it's very well done. I just like the fact that the whole thing is contained within that little crash zone so far. It makes a lot of sense. It's very good. Like I said earlier, the kids, the adults that act like kids are great. Thomas Oliphant is he rings so much like the oh God, I can't remember who played an alien.
Ian Holm.
Yeah. And the I can't remember the actor who played him in Covenant and Prometheus, the synth.
David
Fassbender, Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Thank you. Michael Fassbender.
He is really good. You're waiting to see if there's a part of me that's thinking he's not going to be that bad. And there's the other part of me that thinks like, he'll just sacrifice everybody for the boy Cavalier. But it's good. It's definitely worth watching. It exceeded my expectations because I was partly thinking, this is just going to be something they're going to screw everything up again. But it's really, really well. And like Rich was saying, they don't just do xenomorphs. They introduce some of these other creatures in there that are like really bizarre, especially the eye creature and the cat. That one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Frank says his comment up there is A.D. Edmondson. He plays the fixer for boy. Yeah. He's the guy from the Young Ones, which he was really big, I guess, in the UK. But okay, I got a caveat here is the alien is so fast. I mean, you don't even see it fast in Aliens like that. It just, and everybody's dead. You know, how come the other ones aren't that fast? Is this a different strain? And it's not as wet. You know, it's a little bit wet, but it's not as wet as the other aliens. You know, that's the only thing. I mean, they're doing great. The alien looks great, everything, but those just two of the things I'm like, how come? But, you know, and I wonder if Prodigy makes it through because in the movies that we've seen, there's no Prodigy. It's only Wayne Yutani.
Yeah.
So, and Wayne Yutani, as you know, is pretty evil. Yeah. Yeah. And they made it into the Predator movies. Hey, Lee.
Yeah.
So Prodigy might not make it through this. I don't know.
I sort of liked the boy Cavalier at the beginning. You know, the first 2 episodes, it's like, you know, okay, he's a little weird, but he's genius and he's giving these kids life. But then he starts to take sort of a dark, cold turn in the 3rd episode.
He does not give a shit about people. He just wants his profit.
Yes.
That's what he's about. He wants science, but not for the science sake. He wants it for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the
I like how they. Go ahead, Rich.
No, you had your thing that's going to frustrate me a lot if they don't play into it, and I think what they're going to do is just let it go till towards the end of the season. Is that one of the alien species on that ship looks like a plant? You know, it was hanging in the middle of of something, and then this tentacle came down and it was kind of following them. And they haven't really touched on that since that was, I think, either the first or the second episode. And I think they're just going to let that slide, and that's going to end up being a real big bad. I really hope and this is just I'm just surmising. I kind of hope that. We'll have to wait and see. But
I hope they go one season, Rich. I hope they go one season, you know, because if you got to stretch it out, I don't know. Yeah, I hope they wrap it up. What I hope for this is they do like with Fargo. They're different stories, you know, like the Dark Horse graphic, you know, comics.
Yeah.
You know, you had all the stories with the Colonial Marines, and then, you know, the Wayne Yutani with the Royal Jelly and all that stuff. You know, they could do that every season, have a different story, and you could set it in different time frames. You know, you could set it in the Prometheus time frame. You could set it in the Aliens time frame. You know, with different characters dealing with aliens. I think that would be cool, but I don't want them to stretch this out to be a season 2 because they have to have a season 2.
Yeah,
you see that too often.
Depends on where season 1 goes.
If you could make season 2 after Aliens on Earth, while the resurrection timeline goes in another direction.
What, Rich? Have you read that book I sent you yet?
No, I haven't.
Aliens 3.
Nope.
See, that would be a great. In that time frame would be great. Let's have a story with the Colonial Marines.
Is this the one? Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, yeah. I saw that and had to buy it.
Have you read it yet?
No, I haven't. It's
so much better than the movie. So much better.
They say that is the original script before it got.
That is. She novelized it, and I sent Lee a copy of it too.
I am on an Alien. I'm on an Alien and the Thing kick because I picked up Mary San Giovanni's Enemy of My Enemy. Then I saw this one, and then the guy who did the sequel to Frozen Hell, Things from Another World. They also did an anthology with every story in it based on Carpenter's The Thing.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah, that's neat. So
what are we giving this so far?
Oh, I got to give this a 4.8 out of 5. It's real close to being perfect. And that
Scott?
that eye
go
critter,
ahead, Rick.
that eye critter, we're not done with that thing yet.
No, I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
I'm gonna go.
And I'm hoping that goes up farther into the season.
I'll go 4.52. I'm really enjoying this. How's your daughter, Lee? I hope she's doing better.
Yeah, we're all
Sorry to hear that she had to go. Yeah, 4.5. This is great. It's better than I expected. I really thought it was gonna be some crap.
Yeah.
Like, you see with the Marvel series where they're just kind of throwing it together to do it.
And what you said, just playing up on it, that first 5 minutes, well, like one of the things about Prometheus that got me was like, okay, this ship, which was before the Nostromos, is so much more technologically advanced. It was like you were watching the opening of Alien. It was so good. Like you said, everything, the opening, the way they were seated around the table. It was a great nod to the original.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Definitely drew you in.
Yeah.
Definitely drew you in. That's great to hear, Lee.
Well, we got to pick the movies for next week. I guess we'll have to do that later because we are at 102.
Yeah.
Boys.
Oh,
we have to vacate the premises.
We will let you all know what we're going to do next week here in the internet. Unless did you guys pick already or no?
Nope.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
We'll figure it out.
We'll let you know. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
A nice, tight group this week.
Hey,
I'm glad the daughter's home and doing better. That's
Hey, Wednesday.
Good. Good night, everybody. Take care, and we will see you next week.
Yep.
Stay out of jail.
All right, Weirdlings. That's all for Watching Weird this week. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the strange and unusual never sleeps. Well, except for maybe on Thursdays. Speaking of sleep schedules, here's a quick reminder about our other shows. Dive into the mysteries of the mind with Weird Awakenings every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cozy up with blondes, books, and campfire tales for spooky stories every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hone your craft and connect with fellow writers on Write With Me on the third Sunday of each month. And don't forget, Watching Weird now airs live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all things weird, find us on social media via Linktree in the description below, or visit our website at weirdrealities.net. Stay weird.